certain way. They love
Yeah.
a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
They share family bond a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You try to take Mardi Gras from them, and they come from all walks of life. They gonna fuck you up,
Oh yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna be personal,
Mm-hmm.
right? You gonna have a problem if you try to take Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
That's a cultural thing. That's part of the nature of the tribe on the land down there.
Mm-hmm.
The tribes from down there, we didn't just have Mardi Gras in New Orleans. They
Mm-hmm.
call it the Grand Carnivals in Brazil now,
Yeah.
right? It's the Mardi Gras.
Mm-hmm.
It's a giant festival. You got different ones. You got one that's supposed to be like the Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's the type of Mardi Gras festival to recognize the ones that crossed over as warriors. Then you have, let's say, um, all of those festivals that they have. You be seeing them in South America a lot. Those festivals is cultural festivals that if the enemy would have tried to take that from the people, they would have had no rest on the land. That's just as simple as that. So it
Mm-hmm.
kept our cultures intact,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Sea walking, crip walking, that's an
Mm-hmm.
ancient conjure. Bee
Mm.
walking is the flip side of the same conjure.
Mm.
Cricket walking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you have in Detroit, we got what we call Jit City.
Mm-hmm.
In Chicago, we ballrooming, we stepping, right? So all of these local traditional dances is the tribal instinct to develop a cultural link through dance and music. We naturally do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Whew. As always, you hitting, brother. Please support the brother. I finally got it right. It's CASHAPP, SIKAPE, capital SIK. Oh, sorry, capital SIK, capital APE. And thank you. I got to go back to this individual because they they were like, "You struggling there, Zosa? You gonna have to get it right." Who is it? It's divinely guided reading. She stepped in and got it right.
Oh yeah, they don't be playing.
Nah, I see. You know what I'm saying? That's tight. We appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Because we gotta support each other, man. That's just the bottom line, man. We gotta support each other. You know, real talk, brother. I'm so happy. You know what I'm saying that you were able to come on. You know what I'm saying and answer these questions, and even for me, just continues to build. I'm learning every day, and I appreciate you. Just building from a student to an elder. I know we all master we all master students. We're trying the best I be, but I appreciate you, coming on and giving this information, man. And I wanted to warm up, man, because you already know I got some more nastier questions I want to do, in the heavier questions, I should say, not nasty. Well, maybe both, I don't know, but heavier questions in the future. So I'm hoping that we can link up again. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Anything else you want to
for
give?
sure.
Pardon me?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Definitely
yeah, yeah.
appreciate you having me on here, getting the word out to the people.
That's it, man. Hey, if we don't do it, who's gonna do it, right? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's the bottom line, man. If we ain't gonna do it, if nobody's gonna do it, we just sitting there looking crazy as hell the whole time, and we can't do that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the sun cycle. You know what I'm saying? We got to start remembering who we are. You know what I'm saying? These good brothers, like the good brother Rod Hayes here, he's assisting doing that, man. So please, like I said, support this brother. You know what I'm saying? Please, you know, again, follow. What are all your pages? I know you said a lot of pages already full up, and
Yeah. So I'm on Rod Hayes on Facebook. My profile often changes, my picture, but the name stays the same. Rod Hayes .75 on Instagram,
mhm,
and Morpheus Mysticus Megas, which is pinned to the top of my Rod Hayes page.
mhm,
Right, so that's where I'm primarily at. You
mhm,
catch me sometime on Young Elder.
mhm.
Sometime I'll be doing the live with Dr. G on Reawaken Minds.
Okay.
Right, so this is just trying to get the word out to the people. So I appreciate you having me on here.
You doing it, brother. You know what I'm saying? You doing it, man, because I told you before when we first started talking, I, I, I told him, I said, I might have to call you Uncle Rod, man, because you remind me of my, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the type of vibe you get. I hear that all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? People can connect with you, man. You sincere, you're real, you got the knowledge, you ain't, playing no games, man. Uncle Rod. I like that. You
You
know
know,
what I'm
that's a common. I got a whole lot of nieces and nephews,
saying? Okay.
right? And then they got friends,
Uh,
right? And their friends call me Uncle Rod.
Uncle
So
Rod. Yeah, I can see that.
shit.
I see.
I got nephews and nieces that's from fucking 52 to damn 2 years old.
There you go. Uncle Rod, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's I also, like the analogy of Big Mama. You know what I'm saying? It's just because when you paint that picture, and I think about it all the time, man, because I was even before I always saw like the you know, this, the source of everything, as we in our language we call it Papa Ut. But the source of everything is just a big mom that just wants to take care of you, just sits back and just saying, so I brought you to this planet. You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? What are and she'll nurture you and she'll whoop your ass, you know what I'm saying, at the same time. But
Mhm.
and I love that analogy, man.
And she gonna tell you to sit your ass down right now. You ain't got no business out there in them streets. And I don't want to hear no talk back. And y'all, you gonna be saying you don't know why you doing it because in your mind you cussing her out. I ain't gonna listen and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But when she tell you, you just say yes, ma'am,
That's it.
right? And you
Mm-hmm.
be like, what the fuck just happened? Big Mama spoke.
My mother.
That's it. Don't nothing else need to happen.
I
Because
know
if you
that.
piss Big Mama off, she gonna call Big Papa. And he gonna put his foot in your ass.
That's it. You already
And don't.
know.
And then if you think he too old to tussle with you, and you strong enough, he got one of them boys or two of them boys that's gonna put your new world in order.
That's it.
Ain't no
That's it.
disrespect at Big Mama house. Period. That's all it is to it.
That's it.
That's the law of the family,
That's it.
right?
The
So we
right
gotta all get back to Big Mama house.
Big Mama's house. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I love listening to your lives, man. Because I think you were breaking something down, about Django, and even so, dealing with the slaves, Native Americans, all that stuff. It all starts making so much more sense. And I put it right in the movie. Samuel L. Jackson sitting there writing all the checks when old boy, what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio, he out there masquerading like he's really the front, but Samuel L. got all the power behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's all making sense, man. I'm telling you, bro. Because like I told you before we went on here, I was watching when I was reading the first time I got that book, Let's Set the Record Straight by Dr. York, right? I was reading it,
That's a
back,
headbanger there, boy.
man, that'll crack your neck in half, man. But see, I was younger when I first got it, obviously, you know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there reading it, and I got the information stored in me, all that stuff he was talking about at the time, because I was wearing the red fez, back in and everything. All that information, I got it all. But see, it's a lot different when you start connecting the dots to other aspects of American history. You know what I'm saying? It all starts becoming more alive and more real and more tangible, to this reality we're dealing with
Right.
in
So
America.
it helped you make sense of the struggles we've been through
Hmm.
and why we even went through them. We didn't
Yeah.
know it. We didn't know in the 60s and the 50s and 20s that we were at war,
Yeah. Exactly.
right? But our ancestors knew that ones that got slaughtered
Hmm.
in the 1700s, 1600s,
Hmm.
and even the early 1800s,
Hmm.
right? You can see the power struggle,
Hmm.
but they telling you that it's something other than what you looking at,
Yeah.
right? They telling you that the Boston Tea Party was about excessive taxation.
Hmm.
Well, why we ain't having a Boston Tea Party?
Yeah.
We being excessively taxed,
Excessively taxed. Yeah.
right? So then the Boston Tea Party couldn't have been about taxes because we ain't having a Boston Tea Party right now.
Hmm.
So what was it about? There was the crash site.
Mm.
It was the incident that allowed them to declare that we crashed our land map into their ship,
Hmm.
right? So their ship was how to make you into a spiritual warrior ready to fight whatever you face. It's like martial arts for the spirit, so to speak. You know, you already know that.
I, I feel like whatever breakthrough or whatever whatever is gonna be revealed to me is gonna be so profound that, you know, it'll eventually lead me to that point of ascension, that, you know, on that path that I'm going towards. But I don't know.
So my mom
It's crazy.
used to tell
Like,
me, the Lord ain't gonna put no more on you than you can bear. And I used to tell her, I'm not no damn bear. I can't handle this shit. But what that means is
honestly,
this:
I would
in
too. I feel like,
retrospect, when you go follow your path, you go through phases of build up and realization. Your realization can only come to the level that you build up to accept. And at no time will you purposely reveal something to yourself that can permanently damage you, or that can make you stick out so far in the world that other people become belligerent to you. Because you can let your light shine so bright around these motherfuckers that they just want to distinguish your light because it's so bright and theirs is dim and they jealous. So sometimes you don't want to know stuff because as your confidence level goes up, it makes your inner light shine brighter and brighter. And before you know it, the haters, they gonna have a whole committee um, rooting against you, and you gonna be laughing your ass off looking at them. But in the build up phase, you learn the lessons that's gonna carry you through the realization phase, and you can choose the lessons that you learning by selecting to learn about certain different things. And then that's what'll be on the test because it'll be how you perceive. You've been exposed to more knowledge. Now you can move to a higher grade in school because the knowledge you have is no longer functional at the grade you're in. You're your own master teacher.
because right. And I feel like I'm so prone to like a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit will happen and I eat it so fast. Like the craziest stuff, people do the craziest stuff to me and I'll just be like, it's okay. Like I still love you. Like crazy shit like that. And I was opening, well, I wasn't intentionally opening my heart chakra, but that shit felt like I was dying. And it was so bad that I was gonna go to the hospital. And I would cry for like weeks. I would cry every day. Like, and I'm like, I can't remember my childhood. I'm a super empath. I love everybody. I didn't understand why I had so much, my heart was so heavy to the point where it wasn't even heavy. It just was to the point where like I was, Rod, I was doing some shadow work. I
That's
thought I was gonna die.
the
Like
hardest shit
it
I
was
ever
so
did,
bad.
facing my inner darkness. Because most of my inner
Man,
darkness, I don't disagree with it if it's used in the proper context. Like, I still fuck a motherfucker up if I have to. But my inner light says there's no reason to put yourself in the spotlight of a person that you have to fuck up. So I move different now, out of wisdom versus moving out of just the dark, rational, not rational, irrational drive of the instinct. Because my instinct sometimes be to fuck a motherfucker up, but it's not necessary. So I had to always have a conversation with myself. Do I beat his ass or what? And then I'll be like, is this in context? And most of the time be like, no, you just want to beat a motherfucker ass. Right.
I never feel that way.
Yours is probably the opposite.
I never
Because
feel it's it
mm-hmm.
it's hindering me still though. That is the opposite. Like
Cross,
it's
right.
like my ex and everything, and I don't feel it. Just I don't know. It's weird. I can't hold on to
You're
anger. It's
not
so
meant to
weird.
hold. You're not meant to hold on.
And I
Anger is just to tell you that it's danger involved. You need to be in that warrior mode in case you have to face danger. You're not supposed to live in the anger.
Yeah, but you still, I feel like you still have to have some sort of boundary. And I have
Boundaries
boundaries. It's
have
just
nothing
I
to do with anger.
cannot. I never
Look,
get mad. It's
just because you have boundaries and somebody cross them and you put them back in their place, don't never mean you lost your cool. Look, I guy come up to me to hit on me, and I tell him I don't fuck around. Right? He didn't know before he hit on me, but when I told him I don't fuck around, now if he continues, play at your own risk, player. Right? Because what he didn't know before I told him, now he's aware that if he keep pushing, I'm gonna knock his motherfucking ass back. Right? I didn't take it personal when he first approached because some of the dudes that I've seen that participate in the lifestyle, I can understand what he's interested in, but I'm not the one. I like women. I like soft, cuddly boobies pressing up against my face. I don't want no hairy ass chest. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want no balls rubbing against my leg. That don't do nothing for me. Right? I'd rather feel a warm vagina wrapped around my leg than some hairy ass balls. That's just me. But if a motherfucker don't know you, they have to approach you with what they own to find out if that's what you own. Once they know you ain't on that shit, and then they try to push it on you, not even violation, and they get whatever they get.
Ross said, "Call me old fashioned, but I like my women
That's
without a dick."
absolutely correct. I don't want them to be born with one head cut off either. I don't want no transtesticle either.
Well, I'm gonna keep digging because like once I start, it's very very hard to decode your dreams, and you know, it maybe for me.
Science.
When
It's a
I dreamt
science to
about you,
decoding dreams, and the science involves how you perceive your own symbols. So the first thing that you have to do to make your dreams easier to translate is make your own dictionary of images. If you see a truck, what do that mean to you? Right? That means somebody going to work. So when you dream it, you know somebody in your dream is going to work. Right? So, but it's going to talk to you in the language that you write the parameters to. Because this is your higher self telling your ego self how to purify so they can merge. So you got to tutor the ego self how to be the best self it can be so that the two can become one. And that's what they call self-realization, coming to the realization in your God form by purifying the lower ego. Your lower ego is stuck to the right.
my most consistent.
The righteous get stuck to the right because the discipline required to bump straight sometimes is lacking. And the righteousness will make you be overly friendly, overly nice, tolerant the shit you need to draw the line at, no boundaries. The discipline tells you to draw the boundary. If you let people misuse you, then you can't tell who the genuine people in your life is. So you need the boundaries there so that you can see clearer who the riffraff is and who really there for you.
My most consistent dream is a dog chases me all the time.
What?
All the time.
You ever had a dog before?
Like that's my most consistent. I've had plenty of dogs.
What do a dog mean to you?
Loyalty. And it's always a dog in my dream. And I understand Dog Star, and I understand I was born in the year of the dog, all that stuff. But I always have a consistent dream. And the craziest thing, I was astro projecting the other day, Rod, that shit was so freaky. So motherfucker. Man, I was running around town, hopping on cars and shit, doing all types of